Once there was a rishi called Sunandar. He used to go to a temple, Narasimha Swami temple, every day, which was near his place, near the place where he was staying, and chant 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita every day. He was going on a Tirtha Yatra, and on the way he wanted to stay in a village. So he asked the head of the village to give him some space to stay. Then that person also showed a place like a guest house to stay. And there were some more people also, the strangers also stayed there. The next day, this head of the village came to see Sunandar and he asked him, "Are you alive?" Then he was shocked. Sunandar was shocked. "Why are you asking this? Normally, we don't ask such question to anyone. We ask, how are you?" So after hearing this, he was shocked and he asked, "Why do you ask this?" Then that head of the village said, "No, normally those who stay here, they are eaten by a Rakshasa here." Sunanda was all the more shocked. He said, "Then why did you put me here? Then what happened to others?" The head of the village said, "Yes, all of them would have been eaten by the Rakshasa. This is what the Rakshasa does every day." Then what do you all do? The village head said, "Yes, I have requested the Rakshasa not to eat our own people, the people of this village. Those who are coming by this side can be eaten by you. I will show you, I will make them stay in that place. You come there and eat as you like." So, this is the arrangement made by me. Then Sunandar asked, "Don't you feel it is wrong?" Then, after some time, this village head started crying. Then the Sunandar asked him, "Why? Why are you crying?" He said, "Yes, I lost my son because of this Rakshasa. He ate my son too." So here we find the effect of our actions, the result of our actions. Then Sunandar asked, "How did it happen?" Then the village had said, "Once I was asking the people who were coming through this village who wanted to stay here. I told them to stay in this guest house. They stayed there, and I didn't know that one of them was my son's friend. My son went to see his friend without informing me. So he was also eaten by the Rakshasa. So I lost my son. So I wanted to protect my own people. I did this." And this Rakshasa said, when I asked him, "Why do you do like this?" He said, "If anyone chants 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita can put me out of this curse." This was a curse for me. So this is one part of the story. So here what we learn is not to harm anyone, because whatever we do, it comes back to us. So here this is what happened, and we find how Bhagavad Gita 11th chapter benefits the devotees, those who chant that. Because when you chant, we definitely have faith in Bhagavan and do that. Otherwise, we don't do all that. So that is the message we get here. Then the story continues. The head of the village, he explained how this Rakshasa knew that those who have chanted the 11th chapter only could save him from this curse. For that, the Rakshasa said a story. So, according to that story, there was a rishi who used to chant this 11th chapter regularly. Then one day he was going through a forest and the thieves attacked him and took over whatever he had, and they killed him, and the animals tore the body and they ate some portions of the body, and one eagle came down and picked up some portion of the rishi and it flew, and it had a bone portion in its mouth. There was another rishi who was preparing to do tarpanam for his ancestors. So he was looking for water, and he got a water, collected water in a vessel. This bird which flew by that side dropped that bone. So the bone fell into that water, but the rishi used that water and he did it, the ritual. The other rishis who were all around him asked, "How did you use this? We don't touch any dead animal or anything, but how come you use this water? Is it not unholy?" Then the rishi said, "No, the water got purified because of this bone, because this bone belonged to a person who used to chant the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita regularly, so he would have been a blessed one. So this water, because of him, this water got purified, became holy. So I used this." So through that, the Rishi explained how the ones who chant 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita get mukti. That is, they attain Bhagavan, they attain Paramapada, they attain the Vaikuntha, the abode of Sri Vishnu. Then the story continues. There was one more question. The village, Sunandar asked that village, "Did you ask him how did he become Rakshasa?" Then villager said, "Yes, I asked him. Then he gave me that incident which made him Rakshasa." So what happened? He explained that there was a Brahmin who was doing work in his land, and he was taking care of his land himself only, and there was a boy who was lying in the field, and a eagle came down and it picked up that boy and went up, and it killed him finally. Then this man, he didn't even bother to see when the boy was raising voice, and he wanted to do his work and wanted to earn for that day. A rishi was watching all that, and that rishi cursed this Brahmin. He called him and said, "You have made a blunder in your life. You made a huge crime in your life. If you had turned up, if you had paid your attention to that boy, you would have saved that boy. But you were the cause for the death of that person. So you would become a Rakshasa." So this is how that Andhana become, that Brahmin become a Rakshasa. Then the Brahmin asked him, he realized his mistake and he asked for he apologized for what he did. Then the Rishi said, "The one who chants 11th chapter will only give you relief from this curse. If you meet them and if they spray water on you, then because of the punya the person who chants 11th chapter acquired would save you from this curse. So till then you will be only in the form of Rakshasa." So this Rakshasa said, "So this is why I am here." Then the village had said, "Then there is one person here, Sunandar, I will take you there." So this is what the both of them talked about Sunandar. Then the Rakshasa said, "Yes, he was one in that guest house. I killed the other people, but when I went near him, I couldn't do anything to him." So the Rakshasa said, "Yes, must be the only, he's the person who chants the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita." Then the villager said, yes, you are right. So you can get relief from your curse from this person, the sannyasi. Then both of them went and spoke to him about it. Then Sunandar blessed him. He graced him with the water, and he got his own form, Divya form, that is the original form. And the Rakshasa said, that is, the Rakshasa would turn into Divya Rupam. He said, I can give mukti. I will also attain mukti because of this, and I will also give mukti to the people who I killed. Then the villager said, oh, my son will also get mukti. My son will also be alive. He said, yes, I will relieve your son. Then all of them got mukti, and the son was visible for the villager. Then he called, son, come on, you come with me. Then he said, who is your son? Are you father? Who is father? Who's son? So he asked all this question. Now I don't have my body, physical body. So I have no relation. So when we have that human body only, physical body only, we have all kinds of relations. When you are in the form of Atma, you are related only to Bhagavan. So this is what said by that son, and he disappeared. So here we find the greatness of 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. And here, the other lesson what we learned is why he turned to be Rakshasa, because he did not help. So, Bhagavan here emphasizes on helping others. When someone is in need of help, we should help. So, that is the biggest value we gain from this. So, Bhagavad Gita gives us values, gives us lots of messages. So, this 11th chapter makes us, no, inspires us to do, to be human and to help others and to allow others also to coexist.